This week, we're not just reviewing the Death Trooper helmet from the Black Series, we're also putting it head-to-head with the CyberCraft version, which I've had in my collection for a few years now. My name is Dominic, aka Lord Doom, and you're watching Star Wars Artifacts. Nearly 10 years after the release of Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, Star Wars fans finally get their hands on a Death Trooper helmet at a reasonable price, $140 US. I'll admit, I didn't have that kind of patience, so I splurged into a much more expensive version years ago. Today, we're going to find out if waiting was the smarter move. Ready? Let's jump into the review. As always, let's start with the box. Nothing surprising here. A front-facing photo of the helmet, two character shots on the angle side, an X-ray style image on the right panel, a breakdown of the features on the back, and finally, another helmet shot with some technical schematics. Classic Hasbro packaging, straightforward but effective. At first glance, the two helmets look almost identical, which is already a big win for Hasbro. But when you start digging into the details, the differences show up fast. For instance, the dome on the Hasbro helmet is slightly larger, allowing you to wear it a bit deeper. The result? The black band above the visor sits lower compared to the CyberCraft version. Speaking of that band, Hasbro molded it from the same material as the rest of the helmet, while CyberCraft gave it a matte finish. A small touch, but one that adds a lot of character. Now, the visor is another story. Hasbro's is much more transparent, making it easy to spot the wearer's eyes. CyberCraft went with a darker green tint that's closer to what we see on screen, but less convenient if you're hunting for your car keys in the dark. Below the visor, Hasbro sticks with the same plastic, while CyberCraft keeps using that sleek matte finish. The trapezoid-shaped nose bridge is slightly recessed on the CyberCraft helmet. On the black panels to either side, Hasbro went full glossy, while CyberCraft alternates between gloss and matte. The biggest difference is the grille running from the nose to the mount. CyberCraft design is more recessed with a slightly different angle. Same goes for the front lights, and I'll get back to those in the electronics section. Before we continue with the helmets, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell so you don't miss anything, and of course, smash that like button. It's our coaxium to keep exploring the galaxy. And for even more intergalactic content, follow us on social media at SW Artefacts. Now, back to the review. On the right side, the helmets are nearly identical, except for some matte areas exclusive to CyberCraft. And yes, those matte finishes really matter if you're aiming for screen accuracy with Rogue One. On the left side, you can't miss the targeting system. Hasbro's version is a tiny bit more detailed, but nothing groundbreaking. That's also where the battery compartment is located. It takes two AAA batteries. CyberCraft, on the other hand, hides a CR2032 battery inside the helmet. Around the back, the helmets look pretty much the same, with the usual CyberCraft matte details in the rectangular sections. Inside is where things change completely. Hasbro went with molded plastic imitating circuitry, which has been their style for years. CyberCraft went for a felt lining, which is way more comfortable if you plan on wearing the helmet for long periods of time. As for the weathering marks on Hasbro's version, I wasn't sure about them at first. But after checking the 501st Legion Approval Guidelines, or CRL, it turns out that light weathering is acceptable. So, kudos to Hasbro for getting that right. When it comes to electronics, Hasbro clearly takes the lead. The helmet offers 3 modes: bottom green lights only, bottom green lights and targeting system only. CyberCraft's electronics are more disappointing. The targeting light works fine, but there's no white light included. In addition, the bottom LEDs are too weak. That said, remember that in the actual movies and series, these lights were never seen switched on. They were part of the concept, but dropped during production. So, which helmet is better? To be honest, it depends. If you're looking to join the 501st Legion, CyberCraft is the better choice. It's only 1 or 2 minor modifications away from being approvable. But if you're simply a collector who wants a good-looking helmet to display on a shelf, Hasbro's version does the job perfectly. No need to pay triple the price. I'd like to take a minute or two to tip my hat to Hasbro. Lately, they've been making helmets from entirely new molds. I'm glad that Rogue One is finally getting some much needed love, not only with the Death Trooper helmet, but also with the Shore Trooper helmet set to release just in time for the holidays. That's the kind of fan service we love. And if by miracle Hasbro is listening to this, could we please get a Patrol Trooper helmet? You know, the one from the Solo movie? Just saying. So, what do you think of Hasbro's Death Trooper helmet? Does it have enough going for it to save you from spending extra money on a premium version? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy our content, consider joining our channel. For less than $5 a month, you'll help us keep bringing you content like this. I'll see you soon for another video, and until then, may the Force be with you always.